Hey, Glass, it's Professor Norwood. And first off, just let me apologize for being unable to be present today. I just have some personal matters to address this afternoon, and I will be back Monday. But today, this video will have to suffice. All right. And really, I just wanted to go over the assignment that I would have normally gone over in class today. First off, the SMART goals assignment. We can just go ahead and push that until Monday. That is something I wanted us to do in class, as together since we do have a lab. And also that was to give us some practice at just uploading an assignment to D2L. So I've already changed the date on our D2L page for that assignment, the SMART goals assignment. So don't worry about that one for now. But also think about your goals, of course. All right. But the actual assignment that I wanted to discuss, I am on I'm in the E section, but the other my non-E section, it's identical. All right, let me just enter a screen share real quick. All right, now you should be able to see me and my screen. All right, and I'm in this writing process module. All right, and again, don't worry about the SMART goals assignment for right now. As you can see, I've already changed the date to the 29th, which is Monday, and it'll be Monday. I just have it set, a minute before midnight. So it's not a pressing issue right now. All right, but here is the homework, if you will. All right, and this is going to be like our pre-writing for our first actual essay, which is a personal narrative. All right, and this first assignment is only going to involve 4 paragraphs, and I'm saying 4 specifically because the assignment is also an exercise in paragraphing. How long should a paragraph be? Let's see what I get first, and then we'll continue that discussion on Monday. So, um, right now, whatever you think a paragraph is, of course, you can consult the book for guidance, or you consult this the paragraph resources module on D2L for guidance. But really, I just want to see what I get, Monday. So don't stress over this assignment, is what I'm saying essentially. All right. So the assignment is here, and I am in student mode, so mine does look like yours, but I am just going to click the assignment. All right. And I want mine as a Word doc. So I'm just going to go down here. And when I open it as a Word doc, it's the same as this material. I just feel better reading off Word docs for some reason. And here it is. Okay. Just enlarge that. All right. So our beliefs are an essential part of our identity. However, in our lives of constant movement and activity, we rarely get a spare moment to reflect on the ideals we hold sacred. Use this first reflection assignment to explore the beliefs of others and to articulate your own. Additionally, the music we listen to often shapes us. Many of us have seminal songs in our lives that have impacted us in a meaningful way, i.e., coming of age music. It might be the soundtrack for your day, might be a song that helped you get through something, might just be a song that's, become your mantra. All right. Don't choose your favorite song just because it's your favorite song. Make sure it has some significance to you. Music can guide us and help us, make sense of the world. It absolutely helps me. So for the final part of this assignment, reflect on a song that has facilitated your personal growth or one that is directly or indirectly related to your belief. All right. So again, this assignment is 4 paragraphs, 4 separate paragraphs, right? And the first paragraph, you're going to go here. Thisibelieve.org. All right. And there are several ways you can approach this, but I think the way that gives you the most options is if you go explore. And then you can just go browse by theme. All right. And pick a theme that works for you. Okay. Whatever speaks to you. I'm just gonna click gratitude. And now whatever category you click, there are a ton of essays. Okay. A ton. Like this one goes up to page 330. Okay. You don't have to read all of them. All right. Just settle on one you like. All right. You don't have to be in the category of gratitude, of course. That's just what I settled on. All right. But click on one or several of these, and find one that speaks to you, for whatever reason. All right. So once you choose your essay, once you have chosen your essay, summarize it, and that's it. Okay. Summarize it. That's your first paragraph. Your first paragraph is going to summarize the essay that you chose. Okay. And just when you're writing a summary, just make sure it does not include your personal thoughts, doesn't include your feelings, your opinions, your own ideas. The summary is just the key ideas from the essay you read. That's it. Not what you thought about them. Not how we should apply, whatever is said in the essay. If you're thinking that, that's fine, but save it because that comes in the second paragraph. Okay. So paragraph one is just a summary. Paragraph two, right? All that stuff you were thinking about this particular essay you chose. Okay. Now you're going to write that out. Why did this particular essay speak to you? Okay. What about this essay did you connect with? All right. So that is paragraph two. Paragraph one, choose your essay, summarize it. Paragraph two, why that one? All right. Why that one? Okay. Now we're up to the third paragraph. This is going to be the paragraph that will eventually turn into an essay. All right. This paragraph will eventually turn into an essay, your first essay. Okay. Now that you have read about someone else's belief, think about your own. Spend some time thinking about a core principle that guides your life. Your belief is completely up to you. Again, just make sure it is your own. Okay. If you're at that age where you're kind of separating from your parents' beliefs or, your guardian's beliefs, think about it. Okay. Because eventually we're going to write an essay. You're going to write your own "This I Believe" essay. All right. So make sure the essay, or excuse me, make sure the belief you're writing about is your own. And, spend some time thinking about it. Is this my belief or, is this just something that was encoded, into me and, now that I'm coming into my own, maybe I want to separate from this belief. That's 100% up to you. Okay? Your belief is completely up to you. Just make sure that it's your own. After you have a clear idea of your belief, write one paragraph about how it influences your life. Okay. So now we're up to three paragraphs. First paragraph is a summary. Second paragraph, you're writing about why you chose that particular essay that you summarized. Third paragraph is about a belief that's important to you and its role in your life. The final paragraph, paragraph four. As the final part of this assignment, choose a song related to your belief. The connection to your belief could be through words, or a feeling your chosen song conveys. Okay. And I've been doing this particular assignment for a while. Some people choose, songs with no words, just an instrumental piece, or some people go the opposite way where the song is a spoken word piece and the voice is the instrumentation. That's fine. All right. Song doesn't have to be in English. Okay. It's about a song that you connect with. So whatever that is, it's gonna work for this assignment. All right. As the final part of this assignment, choose a song related to your belief. The connection to your belief could be through words or a feeling your chosen song conveys. Write one paragraph explaining why you chose your song and how it's related to your belief. If you want, you can attach some lyrics of the song, but you don't have to. You can YouTube link it. You don't have to. I do try to listen to songs students write about. But I'm pretty okay at finding things online. All right. And then here's some goals for this assignment, integrate reading and writing because you are, going to do some summarizing and then some, responding. All right, paragraphing strategies definitely. But again, don't worry about like whatever your assessment of whatever your idea of a paragraph is, it's fine for this assignment. All right. Introduction to the conventions of college writing, absolutely. And then, self-exploration. Okay. And then here's some tips, right? I just went over the directions, but if you're unclear, just go over them one more time or several more times, depending on what you need. And this is just a tip, if you're ever unclear about, what an assignment entails, and that's for this class and your other classes, always ask. Okay, always ask. And then, make sure you go over the directions, until you have an idea of the assigned task. All right. Try writing organized and developed paragraphs, to the best of your ability. I know we haven't covered paragraphing yet. Use MLA formatting guidelines to format your paper, most definitely. All right. Proofread your work and then, trust your own words and ideas, right? Um, I use ChatGPT for a lot of things. And, I'll talk more about AI, as the class begins, or excuse me, as we continue the class. However, I do not use ChatGPT to generate text. All right. And I don't want you to do that either. So don't use ChatGPT to like generate this assignment for you. Turn it in. When you submit something, turn it in. We'll pick it up. All right. Also, try to stay away from Grammarly. Grammarly's good for like spell checking, but when you start using Grammarly suggested text, that is going to raise your artificial intelligence score. So just make sure you're using your own words essentially. And you're writing about your own belief, right? And I want to hear you talk about it in a way that's, that feels, natural for you. So, AI is our friend or it can be our friend, but it's not a friend you want to depend on. All right. Now, I said this thing should be in MLA format, right? If you need an assist with that, okay? I'm back on our homepage of D2L. Um, and I'm just going MLA documentation resources. Okay. Here's a handout about MLA style. Here's a short video of me actually formatting a paper using MLA format. But if you just want to look at it, okay, if you just want a visual example, check out this document, MLA formatting example 1510. And here it is. Really, the main things you need to keep in mind for this assignment, name instructor name and class, or excuse me, name instructor's name, class, and date, on the left. Your last name and page number goes on the top right, and I'll go over how to get your page numbers up here. In Word, you just want to go insert, and then you want to come over here to page number, and you want to hit page number, and we want top of page. All right. And then we're going okay. All right. You may have to just type your name in here manually. All right. I just clicked on that one and typed my name in there. All right. And then it's going to gray out and it's going to change by itself, when you begin a new page. See here. All right. And this is the directions that this is the directions to get your page number up here. All right. Now, all right. Let's say you're done with your assignment. Okay. You're finished. Yes. Okay. You're ready to turn it in. You're just going into assignments. All right. Then you want to click on narrative essay reflection. Okay. Follow this process when you're ready to submit. Okay. You want to go add a file, right? Find your work. I'm just going to upload the first Word document I see. All right. But make sure you upload your actual assignment, of course. All right. All right. And I'm just going to go add, right? Now, if you have a note, You can leave it here. All right. You don't have to write anything there, but if you want me to know something about your assignment, you can just put it there. But like I said, you don't have to put anything here. And when your assignment's here, after you've already uploaded, just hit submit. And once you hit submit, you should get a confirmation email, if you have it set up that way. But once you hit submit, now I have your assignment. Okay. Now I have your assignment, and you can just hit done and you're all set. Okay. If you want to get back to your assignment, it's right here in submissions. And now, as students, you all don't have the ability, unfortunately, to delete things from your own assignment folder. So let's just say, like, Norwood, I caught a couple typos. I want to resubmit. That's fine. You can submit as many files as you want, but you can't delete any of them. But if there's ever multiple files, I just look at the most recent one, or you can just leave me a note saying, "Hey, Norwood, look at this one." All right. And if you want to get your stuff back, you can just click on your submissions, and here's your work right here. But okay, my similarity report is super high. Okay. Your similarity report, actually, you want that lower is better for this assignment. 96% means 96% of the assignment I submitted came from an outside source or came from a different source, which does raise some red flags about plagiarism. All right. Now I submitted a document that's already on D2L, so yes, this is going to be high, but make sure your turning in percentage is low. All right. And if you're like, man, I didn't take anything, this is my own original work, click your score. All right. If you click your score, it'll take you to the original source. Okay. Like this one says it was already submitted to Oakland Community College. All right. And then Course Hero, I don't know where that's from. All right. Probably because it's just generic MLA stuff that's everywhere online. All right. But again, you want your number to be low. All right. Even when you're doing a research paper, your Turnitin score should be about 10 to 15%, maybe 20. All right. So yeah, that's it, folks. Again, sorry I can't be present today. I just again have just some things to address this afternoon that can't be avoided. So, if you have any questions, just send me an email. I will have my phone, so I'll be able to, address your email at some point, probably this evening though. So yeah, folks, have a great day. I'm available by email. All right, I will be back on campus tomorrow. I don't have an office quite yet. But I will be back, in room B204 tomorrow morning. So if you want to see me in person, we can do it then. All right. Take care, folks, and have a great day.